So I have to start this normal distribution. So far we have completed binomial and Poisson distribution. These two are discrete probability distribution. Now I suppose to start this normal distribution. It is a continuous. Yes, please.
Sir, I have a doubt in yesterday's sum, sir. In page number 88, sixth sum.
What is your doubt?
Sir, there are 100 boxes, sir, but you have substituted for 100 bottles.
Then what do you mean by that?
Sir, we have to do 500 into 100, 50,000 into the response, sir. You have done 100.
Have you applied your mind? You are given with the 500 bottles. In the 500 bottles, you have taken a sample of 100. That is a problem. Why should I want to multiply 500 into 100? Am I getting any 100 bottles in all the 500? Then it should be 500 into 100.
Okay, sir.
So it is a continuous probability distribution. Normal distribution is a continuous probability distribution. The properties is very important for your 2 marks. State any two properties. State any two properties of normal distribution. Number one, it is in bell shape. If you look at the curve, this is in the bell shape. Second, it is symmetrical. Symmetrical means distance from zero to, origin to right hand side is same as left hand side. So this is symmetrical. Why it is symmetrical? Because of mean, median, mode all are equal. Because of mean, median, mode are equal, that is why all the three properties are synced to each other. If these property doesn't satisfy, the curve will not be in the normal shape. Normal means uniformly distributed from origin. 0 to -1 is same as 0 to 1. 0 to 2 is same as 0 to -2. This is uniformly distributed. So this uniform distribution to get, then it should be satisfy this thing. So what is a standard normal variate? So x is a random variable. It varies from -infinity to infinity. X is a random variable. It varies from -infinity to infinity. Z is a standard normal. It varies from -3 to 3. And it should convert to a probability. It should convert to a probability. Should convert into a probability. So the random variable x will be in the range of -infinity to infinity. In a binomial distribution, we converted directly this x into probability. In a binomial distribution, we directly convert x into probability. Whereas in normal distribution, I cannot do. So I should convert x into z. Z should be converted into probability. So this is a scenario. Z will convert into a probability.
Sir, excuse me, sir. இப்போ நம்ம எக்ஸ் ப்ராபபிலிட்டியா எடுத்திருக்கோம்னு சொன்னீங்களா? அது எனக்கு புரியல சார். எப்படி அது
எக்ஸ் ப்ராபபிலிட்டி எடுக்கல. We are transforming a random variable into probability. We are transforming a random variable into probability. For an example, in your mobile phone, your MP4, MP3 file can be supported, provided if you install the application in the mobile, it will support. So otherwise, if you just download the file, it will not support. The file does not support that such information. It will be given by the machine. So such a way your X is transforming into a probability. So the transformation to be done means you should make use of this Z.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So X is a random variable, Z is a standard normal variable, and P is a probability. So in binomial Poisson, we convert directly this X into probability. But in a normal distribution, we cannot convert in this way because there is no provision. First, we should convert the X to the standard normal form. That is, X should be brought down to the standard normal form. Then only you can convert to probability. If it is not brought to the standard normal form, I don't have any. I don't have any tool to support to convert to probability. So this Z is acting as a transformating tool. So how it varies from actual value to the mean value, you should divide by sigma. This you have learnt in the basic statistics, m minus a by c, you would have learnt. We call it as a deviation. Do you remember? Your x is observed value, m is the expected value, you should divide by the error term. So this is what we learnt in your distribution, statistical distributions in a first chapter, central tendency, dispersion, etc. Now, I suppose, what is standard normal variant? First I explain that, then I come back to my problems. I said mean is 0, variance is 1. I said mean origin is 0. Mean is always in the origin and variance will be equal to 1. How can it be possible? For an example, you take this. I said mean is 120, standard deviation is 20. So mean is 120. So from 120, how it varies? 20 at a distance. So 120 plus 20, 140, plus 20, 160, plus 20, 180. The left hand side you reduce 100, 80, 60. Now this is my X. This X will be converted into Z. How do we convert? What is the formula to convert Z? This is a formula, X minus M by sigma, observed value minus expected value by error. This is your observed value. This is your expected value. By error is 20. 120 minus 120 by 20 will be 0. 140 minus 120 by 20 will be equal to 1. 160 minus 120 by 20 will be equal to 2. 180 minus 120 by 20 is equal to 3. In the same way, you do it for left hand side. Is that clear? How are we transforming X into Z?
Yes, sir.
Now, from origin, if I vary from minus 1 to 1, from the origin, if I vary from minus 1 to 1, I would say 65%, 68% it is okay. It is accounted. It is found. The rest of the 32% are having an error term. Rest of the 32% having an error term. If I vary from minus 2 to 2 from origin, then minus 2 to 2, if I vary from the origin, 95% is confident, 1.96, which you learned in your higher secondary sampling theory. If they have taken, okay. If they have omitted, I am not responsible. So I hope this chapter could have omitted in a school. So if I vary from minus 2 to 2, then 95% is confident, 5% is error. If I vary from minus 3 to 3, it says 99.73 is confident, 0.27 is error. Actually, I said 99%, actually 99.73% is confident. So these are the fluctuation, confidence limit one can able to fix for any problem, not only in this normal distribution. If you come to any practical problems in industry, say finance or engineering or medicine, this confidence limit, whatever we assume, it is a standard phenomenon. It's an empirical form. So empirical form, it is having a proof. but proof is not up to your I mean, I cannot prove in this level. You have to come to post graduation, then you can able to appreciate all these proofs. So that is why you just remember this. If I vary from -1 to 1, then 68% is okay, 32% is not correct. If I vary from -2 to 2, then 95% okay, 5% is error. Error term means some mistake, some if and buts are there. If I vary from -3 to 3 from mean, then 99%, 99.73 is confident, 0.27 is error. So this is how we will do this. Now we are going to discuss only the standard normal, how to calculate the area of the curve. Basically area cannot be negative. Basically area cannot be negative. So how to compute this area? Can you able to see the screen?
எஸ் சார். ஆனா கொஞ்சம் நடுவுல blank ஆயிட்டு திருப்பி வருது சார்.
Just a minute. Now is the screen is feasible for you?
No, sir.
It's blank, sir.
Now can you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, now I have to start the basic problems. These are the basic questions. The government said to do the bridge course. So the bridge course is being done for all the classes. So before getting into any class, first I do this fundamental. This fundamental will be useful if I start the problem. So before starting this problem, you should know how to compute this area. So that is why these data will be given to you. So first, what I want to calculate here, we want to calculate the area of the first problem. How to calculate the area? As I said, we want to convert x into z. Z will be converted into probability. Now we are focusing on this z. In the later stage, I tell you how to convert x to z, z to probability. So today's class, will take some more time, like 10:30 it may go. So first we want to take this, draw the normal curve. Draw a normal curve. They are first subdivision, they are talking 2.7. Just a minute. The screen is not visible to me. So we want to find this we have to find the area of the curve. So 2.7 will come in right hand side. You know z value varies from 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. 2.7 will come in the right hand side. That is why I take 2.7 in the right of 0. This is my origin. Right hand side of 2.7 means this is a required area. This is a required area. For the beginners, if I take the area of this required area, you take a total area on the right hand side. You take a total area on the right hand side, break into two areas, 0 to can I break like this? We want to find the area of right hand side of 2.7. I just gave a shading, that is a required area. Now I take a right hand side area. Where shall I split into two areas, 0 to 2.7, 2.7 to infinity? I am asking you question. Are you all here or elsewhere?
Yes.
Nobody.
Yes, sir.
So my requirement is 2.7 to infinity. This is 0 to infinity minus 0 to infinity minus 0 to 2.7. That is why standard normal always varies from 0 to 0 to. So standard normal variable means it should varies from 0 to, not from any point, say 2.7 to something like this. So we want to bring it to the standard normal form, means it should always vary from origin. Origin is mean is 0. Now right hand side area, you know it is 50%, 0.5. Left hand side area is 0.5. So the total probability will be 1. That is why it is symmetric. 0 to 2.7 value is given here. This is 0.4965. What it says, what this says, this difference, whatever answer we get, that many percentage is covered. The left are not covered. I mean, remaining are not taken. Remaining are not taken. Have you understood how to find the area?
சார் 0.5 எப்படி சார்?
Right hand side area is 0.5, left hand side area is 0.5. Right hand side area is equal to 0.5. Left hand side area is 0.5. So the total probability will be equal to 1.
Yes, sir.
If I come to the second subdivision, you have to draw the normal curve where it is 1.73 will come in right hand side. Left of 1.73 means this is a required area. This is 0. This is minus infinity. Minus infinity to 1.73 can be taken as minus infinity to 0 plus 0 to 1.73. So I take 0.5 plus 0 to 1.73 will be 0.4582. So this is equal to 0.9582. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood how to compute the area?
Yes,
Subdivision.
sir.
Right hand side of 0.6. Right hand side of minus 0.6. Minus 0.66 means it will come here. Right hand side means this is the required area. Now, how do we convert? So I take the total area minus 0.66 to infinity as minus 0.66 minus 0.66 to 0 plus 0 to infinity. I told you always standard normal variable means it should vary from 0 to, but here it is minus 0.6, so you should change this to 0 to. If you change the direction, sign changes. If you change the direction, sign changes. 0 to 0.66, it is 0.2454 plus 0.5. What does it mean? 0.7454, which would mean if you convert to 100, it will be 74% is okay. 26% is having some flaw, shortcoming. Is that clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, in the minus varakudada, sir. You have to bless it, sir. Why, sir?
Sir, I told you, sir, area cannot be negative, sir.
Okay, sir.
Area, distance, magnitude, length cannot be negative. Subdivision 4. If you take a normal curve, left hand side of minus 1.88. So this is minus 1.88. Left hand side means that this is the required area. So how do we write this? Minus infinity is 0. So I take minus infinity to 0 as minus infinity to 1 minus 1.88 plus minus 1.88 to 0. This is the total area which is given in left. My requirement is this. Minus infinity to minus 1.88 is my requirement. I take this minus infinity, you bring this term to left hand side, so that if you change the direction, the sign changes. As I said, if you change the direction, sign changes. Your standard normal means always it varies from 0 to. So this is 0.5 minus 1.88 value is given here. This is 0.4699. Subtract, you will get it. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Subdivision 4, subdivision
Sir.
5.
0 to minus infinity to 0. Sir.
Minus infinity to 0, I told you, if you change the direction, sign changes. Why are we changing it? I told you standard normal means always I should vary from 0 to any value, not from any value to 0.
Yes, sir.
We are extracting to the standard normal form.
Yes, sir.
Subdivision 5. Subdivision 5, it is between one 1.25 to 1.67. 1.25 to 1.67. So this is the required area. How do we do this? What is the right hand side? I take 0 to 1.67. That's the right hand side total. I split into two areas, 0 to 1.25 plus 1.25 to 1.67. So this is my required area. So 1.25 to 1.67, you have it as it is. You bring the 0 to 1.25 to other side. Now what is the answer? This is equal to 0.4535 minus 0.3944. Have you all understood?
Yes, sir.
Subdivision 6. Subdivision 6, you have to find between minus 1.85 minus 1.85 to minus 0.90. I mean, this is the area. Minus 1.85 to minus 0.9. This is the required area. So how do you calculate? Like a last problem, I take minus 1.85 to 0 as minus 1.85 to minus 0.9, then plus minus 0.9 to 0. This is the required area. If I change the direction, sign changes. So what is the value which is given? It is 0.4675 minus 0.3159. Have you all understood? Subdivision 7. Subdivision 7. You have to find from minus 1.45 to plus 1.45. So this is the required area. How do you do this? Minus 1.45 to 1.45, I break it as minus 1.45 to 0 plus 0 to 1.45. So always you should have a point of reference 0. So this will be 2 times of 1.45. So 2 into what is this value? 0.4265. I hope you would have understood how to compute the area. Shall I go to next problem?
Yes, sir.
Now, as I said, we want to convert given x into standard normal variable. Normal variable will be, standard normal variable can be converted into probability. Before getting into this, what is the application of this normal distribution? See, without conducting a statistical experiment, we can find the output. That is a significance of this normal distribution. For an example, you take this. 5,000 students were appeared in an exam. I don't know each and every 5,000 students mark, etc. anything. The mean mark, average mark is given, standard deviation is given. So these two are the deciding factor for the normal distribution. What are the parameter for binomial means n and p? N is finite, a probability should not be close to 0. What are the parameter of a Poisson distribution? If you ask, n is infinite, indeterministic, and probability should be close to 0. If you come to normal distribution, if mean and SD are found, then I can say this is a problem related to normal distribution. So for 5,000 students, mean mark is 39.5, standard deviation is 12.5. He says it is normal. Find the number of students recorded more than 60% in 5,000. I want to find how many students have secured more than 60% in 5,000 students. I should calculate a probability for one student who exceeds 60% in this scenario. For one student, if this is a probability, for 5,000 students, it is 5,000 into this probability. So that's why I said in the beginning, without conducting a statistical experiment, a practical experiment, we can conclude the result based on the assumption. That is why these are all said to be theoretical distribution. Also, I told theory practical will not coincide case by case, but in the total, if you come to the total, it will be equal. So it is based on the repetition. First, your x is random variable. X should be converted into probability. Where is this x is given? This is your x. Your x is 60%. And what is average? M, 39.5. What is sigma? That is 12.5 standard deviation. So what is the formula for x to convert into z? Z is equal to x minus m by sigma. This is the formula which you know. So I should take a probability of x is greater than 60%, which is equal to probability of z is greater than x minus m by sigma. That is 60 minus 39.5 divided by 12.5. One may ask, sir, it is greater than 60. Should we not take 61? In a continuous probability distribution, we can assume even if it is equal 60% is nothing wrong. Even if I say 60.000001, it is more than 60. So that's why it is not a very big mistake. We can say it is equal to 60. Now, what is the value of this? This is greater than how much? 1.64, am I right? If you divide the value, you get 1.64. That is why this is given. Just now we did how to compute the area. So 1.64 will come in the right hand side. More than 1.64, this is the required area. What I have to do? I should take the total area 0 to infinity, where I should subtract the 0 to 1.64. Then I will get the required area. In the total area, 0 to infinity, subtract this portion, then we will get this. So this is equal to 0.5 minus, what is this value? 0.4494, which is given here. So this is for one student. This is for one student in 5,000 who his mark exceeding 60%. The chance is 0.0506. 0.0506. This is for one student. For 5,000 students, this is 5,000 into, it is 5,000 into 0.0506, which is equal to 253. Approximated. Do you understand now how the normal distribution is being applied in a practical scenario?
Sir,
Yes.
is there negative marking in this examination, sir?
எதுல negative marking?
Because the other side of the curve will not be used if there is no negative marking.
See, when you calculate the area, how can you assume it is negative? Though it is negative, I should take it as positive. Though it is not marked, I cannot.
Okay, sir.
See, focus on the required area. Don't focus on which is not required.
Okay, sir.
What about next question? The same phenomenon. Again, 75 students, it was 5,000 students. Average mark is 50, SD is 5. Number of students who scored more than 60%. Can you take it as homework? Now, if you come to question number 4, the salary of a worker in a factory is to be normal. He himself says it is normal. With average salary, M is given, SD is given. 50 workers they have taken as a sample. Their salary exceeds 14,000, which would mean then how many workers are there in a factory? So they are asking about the total number of workers. So in the capital N to be, the capital N means total number of workers to be found. From the capital N, I take some 50 workers as a sample. His salary to exceed 14,000. What is a probability? In a 50 worker, I take one worker, his salary exceeding 14,000 means what is a probability? You are given with the mean as 10K, SD as 2K. Also, you know how to convert into Z. So this is equal to, these are all given data. So probability of X is greater than 14K, which is equal to probability of Z is greater than 14K minus 10K divided by 2K. This is equal to probability of Z is greater than or equal to 2. As I said, you can equate. More than or equal to 2 means, you know the normal curve. The normal curve will be like this. More than or equal to 2. So this is the required area. So in the total area, 0.5, I should subtract the area from 0 to 2. So I get this value is not given. So phi of 2 is equal to 0.4772 will be given in the question paper. This is for one student. This is for one student. This is for one worker. For one worker, the area will be equal to 0.0228. So substitute this value 0.4772 in a problem. Actually, you have to find the capital N. You know what is the definition of the probability? Capital small n by capital N. Sample divided by population. So you found what is the probability? 0.0228. Sample is 50. What is N? To be found. If you cross multiply, N will be equal to 50 divided by 0.0228. So this many workers are there in a factory. That is 2193. Have you all understood?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Again, they have taken a sample of 800 students. In the 800 students, I take one student, his weight between 46 to 62 kg. What is the chance? Assuming mean is 50 kg and SD is 20 kg. So you are given with the capital N, 800. mean is 50, SD is 20. You have to find the probability of a student to get their weight between 46 to 62. Convert this into Z. 46 minus 50 by 20 less than or equal to Z. 62 minus 50 by 20. So this is equal to probability of minus 0.2 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 0.6. So this is equal to two areas can be splitted. One is zero to this is a required area. This is a required area. I split into two areas minus 0.220 plus 0 to 0.6. As I said, if you change the direction, sign will get changed. So this will be 0.0793 plus 0.2257, which is equal to 0.30. This is for one student. For 800 students, it is 800 into this probability. So that you take care. So it comes approximately 244. Any questions?
No, sir.
Question number 6. Weekly wages of 2000 worker in a factory with the mean salary. So mean salary is given. Variance is given. We want to convert to SD, that is 20. So far, we have discussed for the given X how to convert to Z, how to convert Z to probability. This is what we see so far. Now onwards, this is a formula to convert X into Z. So for the given X, given mean, given SD, we found what is Z. Z converts to probability. Now onwards, you will be given with Z value, M value, sigma, you have to find X, or you will be given with Z, X, sigma, you may have to find mean, or you may give with Z, X, M, and you may have to find what is sigma. So in the 5 variables, in 4 variables, any 3 will be given, you have to find the rest. So let us start this business. So N is equal to 2000. Total number of workers in a factory is 2000. Their average salary is 200 and variance is 20. Variance is 400. Therefore, SD is 20. What are they telling now? If you draw this normal curve, estimate the lowest wage. Lowest wage means it will come here. Lowest wage always in the left hand side. Highest wage always in the right hand side. First, do you agree this?
Yes, sir.
So the lowest wage means I want to find this X. Some say X1, some X2. What is this X1, X2? That is your lowest wage and the highest wage. X1 is the lowest wage, X2 is the highest wage.
Sir,
Highest, yes.
wages minusல நெகட்டிவ்ல வருமா சார்?
வர சொல்றேன், நான் இன்னும் எதுவுமே ஆரம்பிக்கல.
எஸ் சார்.
நான் நெகட்டிவ்ல வரும் நான் சொன்னேனா? நான் நெகட்டிவ்ல வரும்னு சொல்லவே இல்லையே. நான் இன்னும் எதுவுமே ஆரம்பிக்கல. ப்ளீஸ் வெயிட் ஃபார் சம் டைம். ஸோ இது வரைக்கும் புரிஞ்சுதா? X1 is the lowest wages, X2 is the highest wages. So always your left hand side talks on the minimum, right hand side talks on the maximum. That is why I said it is not because of negative. You know, this is given. What is given here? Estimate lowest weekly wages of 197 highest paid worker. 197 highest paid worker here in 2000. It is given. In the same way, this is also stated. Highest weekly wages of 197 lowest worker. In the highest salary, what is the lowest? In the lowest salary, how many of them are highest? So this many of them are highest salary. I mean, in the highest, the lowest salary will be 197 over 2000. In the lowest wages, the highest salary will be 197 by 2000. That is, we are finding maximum in the minimum, minimum in the maximum. In the highest paid worker, how many of them are taking minimum salary? 197. In the lowest paid worker, how many of them are getting highest salary? 197. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So here we want to find, here you have to find the maximum. Here you have to find the minimum. How many of them are getting this minimum? How many of them are getting this maximum? So that is what it is acting as x1 and x2. So you know Z formula, Z is equal to x minus m by sigma. Z is x minus m by sigma 1 x1 minus m. What is m? 200. What is sigma? 20. This is equal to, you know, this area is 197 by 2000. This area is 197 by 2000. But what is this area? What is the area left? It is 0.5 minus 0.9085. How this has come? This is equal to 0.9085. This is also equal to 0.9085. So if I subtract this portion, then we will get this area. In the same way, I should do for right hand side. This is for left. For right, it is x2 minus 200 by 20 is equal to 0.5 minus same 0.0985. One may ask, sir, are they not equal? Are they not equal? It seems like equal, but it is not equal. Wait a minute, I tell you how. So what is this value? If you simplify, what is this value? What is x1 minus 200 by 20? This is equal to how much? 0.4015. What about this case? X2 minus 200 by 20 is equal to the same 0.4015. One student asked now, I take this value as minus 1.29. I take this value as plus 1.29. Why? Because left hand side value of z will be negative. Right hand side value of z will be positive. Just now I said you have to find the value of x for the given x m sigma. So for the given x m sigma, I'm sorry, for the given z m sigma, we want to find this x. Why this is negative? Because in the left hand side always the value of z will be negative. The right hand side, the value of z will be positive. I don't say area is negative. I say z value is negative. Because z value can be between minus 3 to 3, you know. In the beginning I said, standard normal variable, z value can be between minus 3 to 3. So if I calculate the area is positive 0.4015, which is not covered, whose respective z value will be 1.29. But why it is negative? Because of left hand side. The same value if I take in right hand side will be positive. Now by solving these two, we get to know what is your x1 and x2. So x1 will be equal to 174.2. what is this X1 says? 174.2 is the maximum salary in the lowest paid, and X2 is equal to 225. This is a lowest salary in the highest paid. Lowest salary is 225.8 in the highest paid. 174.2 is a maximum wage in the lowest paid. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
சார் எனக்கு 1.29 எப்படி வந்தது என்னோட புரியல சார்.
இதோ இங்க இருக்கு சார் 1.29. இந்த ஏரியாவோட z வேல்யூ என்ன? 0.4015 whose respective z value is 1.29 will be given in the question paper. Will be given in the question paper itself. என்ன புரியுதா?
Yes, sir.
நான் அதனால தான் beginningல சொன்னேன். If you want to find the value of x for the given z m sigma, we found just a probability. These are the probability. So the probability should be converted into z. That is why this is given. So for the given probability, what could be z? Z is 1.29. Irrespective of both cases, it is 1.29. The reason being negative because your z value would be negative if I come to left, and z value will be positive if I come to right. Area will not be negative. Area will not be negative. Is that clear? உங்களை தான் கேட்டு இருக்கேன். Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
எல்லாம் தியானத்துல இருக்கீங்க போல் இருக்கு. இங்க பார், இந்த கொஸ்டின் பார். Find mean and SD. Last problem நாம என்ன பண்ணோம்? For the given mean SD probability, we found what is x1, x2. In the present problem, your x1, x2 are given, probability are given. We want to find mean and SD. So we have to find what is mean and SD for this problem. What is given? Draw a diagram. So if you draw a diagram, what do you understand from the question? 44% of the candidate obtained the mark below 55, 6% got above 80. You know, below, I mean 80 will come in right hand side. 55 less, I go to left hand side. I want to catch how many of them are getting marks less than 55. How many candidates are less than mark 55? This is 44%. How many of them have got more than 80%? 6%. So these are the given data. First, is this clear? நீங்க எப்படி எடுக்க கூடாது. Don't take like this. இங்க 55 இது 18 எடுக்க முடியாது. Because below means I always go to left, above means I always go to right. இங்கேயும் எடுக்கலாம், but normal distribution என்ன, total area should be equal to 1. Otherwise this will not come if I take like this. Total area will not be equal to 1 if I take like this. Yes. Shall I go to next step?
Yes, sir.
Now I catched what is the remaining area here. I catched what is the remaining area here. Remaining area we subtracted 0.5 minus this. Remaining area is subtracted 0.5 minus this. I am going to do the same. I am going to do the same here. What is the area remaining left out? The area left out here, it is 6%. Area left out here, it is 44%. That is why these values are given. So for 6% area is 1.5. For 44% area is 0.44. These two values are given now. I mean, this is your 6%. This is your 6%. And this is your 44%. Whose values are given. Now you come to your Z value. What is Z? Z is equal to x minus m by sigma. You know what is the area left? We want to find m and sigma. What is x? 55. In the left hand side, x value is 55. M is to be found. Sigma to be found. What is z value? What is the z value? This is 0.5 minus 0.44. Am I right? This is equal to 0.6. Whose respective z value is minus 0.15? Why it is minus 0.15? Because z value falls in the left hand side. The same way, this is 80 minus m by sigma, which is equal to 0.5 minus 0.6, 0.06, which is equal to 0.44, whose respective z value is given as 1.55 in the right. So that is 80 minus m by sigma. Solve 1 and 2. Solve 1 and 2, you get m as 57.2 and SD as 14.66. This is an important question. It may come in 5 mark. Have you all understood? உங்களை தான் கேட்டு இருக்கேன், புரியுதா? கம்பேர் பண்ண ரெண்டும் அப்படிதானே பண்ணு. The left hand side, what is the area? Sorry, what is the value of z? It is negative. Here also in the left hand side, value of z is negative. I didn't say area is negative. I say left hand side value of z is negative. So we want to calculate for the remaining area, 6 and 44%. Here also I did the same. I calculated for the area which is left out. Now let me know your doubt.
Sir? Sir, and 0.5 minus 6% தான் சார் வரும் ரிமைனிங் ஏரியா.
எதுக்கு?
லெஃப்ட் ஹேண்ட் சைடுல இந்த 0.44 போட்டுருக்கீங்க சார்.
1 minute. Questionல பாருங்க, 44% of the candidate obtained below 55. 44% obtained below 55. This is 55. Less than 55 எவ்வளவு சொல்லிருக்கான்? 44. அப்போ left out area எவ்வளவு இருக்கும்? 44 or 6?
Okay sir, okay.
Next, வேற doubt? No doubt.
ரெண்டுத்தை ஈக்குவேட் பண்ணா ஆன்சர் கிடைச்சுமா சார்?
ரெண்டுத்தை ஈக்குவேட்ல கிராஸ் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணனும். சால்வ் பண்ண தெரியுமா? இல்ல அதுவும் நானே பண்ணணுமா? 55 minus m is equal to minus 0.15 sigma. So m plus, sorry, m minus 0.175 sigma is equal to 55. இது first equation. இந்த மாதிரி இந்த sigma cross பண்ணி write m plus solve for sigma or m. You will get this answer. What about this question? இந்த question கொஞ்சம் படி. Mean is 50%. கரெக்டா மீன் எங்க இருக்கு? கரெக்டா ஆவரேஜ் எங்க வருது? இதுதான் 50. This mean is 50. Mean of a distribution is 50. So m is 50. Next, 5% of the values are greater than 60. So இது வந்து 50 க்கு after தான் you will get 60. இங்க எத்தனை பேர் இருக்கா? How many of them are here? How many of them are here? This is 5%. Am I right? அப்போ ரிமைனிங் எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 45% தானே? Remaining should be 45. Remaining area will be 45. Now, what I want to find standard deviation. What formula you know? Z is equal to x minus m by sigma. Z is equal to x minus m by sigma. We want to find the sigma. So that is why for 45%, the value of Z is given as 1.64 in the 45%. For this 45%, the value is given. I hope you can able to catch.
Sir.
ஸோ ரிமைனிங் ஏரியாஸுக்கு தான் வந்து வேல்யூ கொடுப்பான். இப்போ நோ இஸ் இட் இன் ரைட் ஆர் லெஃப்ட்? 45% லெஃப்ட்ல இருக்கா ரைட்ல இருக்கா?
ரைட் சார்.
ரைட்ல இருக்குன்னா z வேல்யூ என்னவா இருக்கும்? பிளஸ் எக்ஸ். எக்ஸ் எவ்வளவு? This is your x 60. What is m? 50. What is sigma to be found? Can you not cross multiply and find what is sigma? 10 by 1.64, which is equal to 6.09. Have you all understood?
Sir.
அந்த மாதிரி இங்கே now you read this question. Marks of the students in a class with a mean 70, SD 5. Mean 70, SD is 5. Instructor is desired to give a grade A. இப்போ நம்ம அங்க பார்த்தோமே ஹையஸ்ட் பெய்ட்ல ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடு, ஹையஸ்ட் பெய்ட் ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடுல வாட் இஸ் அ மினிமம் சேலரி? அந்த மாதிரி இங்க கிரேட் ஏ வில் கம் இன் த ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடு. The grade A will come in the right hand side of the top 15 students. So this is the top 15 students. I mean 15%. How many marks a student must to get a grade A? 15% of the students in the 100 are getting A. What should be the minimum mark to get A grade? That is a question. Have you understood? What minimum mark to get a grade A? That is a question. That is why this value is given. If this is 15%, if this is 15%, what it should be? 35%. Then appa right hand side area is 50% varum. That is why it is given. So for 50%, you are given with this value. Sorry, for 35%. You know what is the value of z? Z is equal to x minus m by z is x minus m by sigma. What is z? Is it in left or right?
Right, sir.
அப்ப இது 1.36. 1.036 is equal to x to be found. Mean mark 70, SD 5. So what is the minimum mark to get grade A? If you cross multiply, I get 75.18. So 75.18 if he gets, then this fellow in grade A. Have you understood? புரியுதா புரியலையா? இந்த சேம் வே புரியலன்னா சொல்லு. The income of 5,000 persons, their average salary is 900, SD is 75%. What is the highest income among the poorest? Highest we want to find the poorest. First draw the normal diagram. Highest paid enga varuvam? Sorry, poorest nu solran. Poorest na it will come in the left hand side then.
Sir.
Poorest la vandu highest. So poorest la highest எத்தனை பேர் இருக்கும்? நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ராப்ளம் போட்ட மாதிரி தான். 5,000 இருக்கானா? In 5,000, 200 are poorest. So this is 0.04. This is 0.04 are poorest. So what it should be? 0.46 தானே?
0.46.
அந்த 0.46 தான் இந்த வேல்யூ. என்ன புரியுதா?
Yes, sir.
So you know z is equal to x minus m by sigma. You are given with the z value. It is negative or positive?
Negative, sir.
Negative, sir.
Because the poorest always falls in the left hand side. So this is x minus 900 by z value negative, area is not negative. This imply poorest salary எவ்வளவு இருக்குன்னா 768.95. That is the highest income in the left hand side. This is the last question. With this, I go to what is this? இது ஹோம்ஒர்க் எடுத்துக்கிறீங்களா இல்லை நான் ஒர்க் பண்ணட்டுமா? எனக்கு ஆன்சர் சொல்லுங்க பாபா, இது எப்படி பண்ணணும்னு. How do we work this?
Same sum pattern தானே சார், போன sum pattern.
அதான் எப்படி பண்ணணும்? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ராப்ளம்ல ரெண்டுமே கம்பைன் பண்ணிட்டேன். 10 and 11ல செப்பரேட் பண்றேன். I just trying to separate the questions. என்ன பண்ணணும்? What I want to find, what is given.
Sir, first richest divided by total போடணும் sir.
Okay, அது எவ்வளவு?
ரைட் சைடுல வரும்.
வெரி குட், ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடு. ரிச்சஸ்ட் எவ்வளவு இருக்கான்?
250.
250. ஸோ இது எவ்வளவு வருது? 0.025. அப்போ ரிமைனிங் ஏரியா இதுவா தானே இருக்கணும்.
0.47.
இது என்ன ரிமைனிங் ஏரியா?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
Now you know what is Z. Z is equal to x minus m by sigma. What is Z? Plus or minus?
Plus sir.
1.96. X to be found because we want to find this. Minus m is given. St is given. What is x? 848. Have you all understood?
Yes sir.
Yes sir. Yes sir. Sir, if this sum came means it will come in 2 marks, sir.
2 மார்க்ல வரலாம். இந்த மாதிரி क्वेश्चन வந்தா 5 மார்க்ல வரும். This question will come in 5 mark.
Okay sir. Sir, with diagram you have to do now, sir.
டயக்ராம் போட்டா நல்லது. டயக்ராம் போட்டா தான் நீங்க புரிஞ்சு பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னே தெரியும். If you don't put a diagram, how do you know? See, how do you find otherwise without diagram?
Yes sir.
So I completed 2.5 units so far. 2.5 units I have completed so far. So it's the fastest one. So you will get the notes shortly. If you have any doubts, you may ask. 2.5 யூனிட் முடிச்சிட்டேன்.
Next concept what, sir?
Linear programming problem.